I work with a company called RapidMade. We started off 4 years ago. It was me and 2 engineers with a little idea, a dream. You know. We basically saw, so to build on a little bit of what these guys have touched on, 3D printing is way more extensive than you could possibly ever learn about in 15 minutes. It just is. So 3D printing is a concept. I constantly get asked, how much does 3D printing cost? 3D printing is a concept, not a process. It is 2D layers, make a 3D object, and building upon that, think of post-it note shape like an apple. You kind of have the idea, right? So how you lay down those different layers is different per material that you want to use. So it becomes a very intent-based manufacturing process. So yes, there are tons of 3D filament printers, and that is the most consumer grade, most popular, widely spread, most used, most hacked and played with, most Kickstarters on Kickstarter, all those kinds of things. It is not the only process. We can print in metal, we can print in nylon, carbon-filled nylon, photopolymers, ceramics, just about every kind of material you can think of is being adapted. If it's not already 3D printable, it will be soon. It's easier to tell people that we don't 3D print rubber, but we do have a thermoplastic elastomer that we can do a 70A or a 40A shore for you, or we can do digital materials in a polyjet process, which actually can change diameters within a print. I can do a remote control in a hard case with soft buttons without changing a bead. Okay? So the real amount of wealth of knowledge and things that are out there for this is there's a lot. There's a lot that's out there. We decided that we knew that this was huge, and we just didn't know why or how or when, what was going to happen. So we basically threw a lot of things at the wall and found out what stuck and what didn't stick. And 4 years later, we're thriving. We've added more engineers, and things are good. So our niche is basically anybody who wants to have something made and doesn't want to do it themselves. Right? We're a service bureau. So we have the expertise and the knowledge and the history to take you through your idea and what your requirements and your requests are and figure out how to make that work with reality. What we found is that 3D printing materials, I'm sorry? Oh, go ahead. No, it's quiet, no. Yeah, I'm nervous. I know. I understand. So what we found is that 3D printing isn't necessarily ready to just become the end-all, be-all, just like the media has said the opposite. What happens is, what we found is that traditional manufacturing is still great. So as an example, our logo here, this is a stainless steel bronze alloy, 3D printed in stainless steel and bronze. It is a wonderful 3D printed sample. It is a horrible 3D printed part. I would laser cut this for pennies on the dollar by comparison, right? So there are still traditional processes that make sense all the time. So if you want the clout of 3D printing and just say, hey, I got this 3D printed, we can do that for you. If you want it the most cost-effective way possible, we can do that too. So we got into this just because we knew that this thing was going to be huge, and then over the time we saw that there is no more manufacturing. Like we as a U.S. society offshored everything in the 90s, and now that it's coming back home, there really isn't an infrastructure. And so we built that infrastructure. We're a manufacturing hub. We are a one-stop shop of mechanical engineers who can take your ideas and create them and put them into 3D CAD files. We can then prototype those ideas as one-offs, low-volume runs, medium-sized production, and then we can help you with tooling and mass production. So what do you do when you're not a maker, but you got a great idea, and you want to make stuff, but you don't own a printer? You go to a service bureau. So that's what RapidMade is. We have every single commercially available 3D printing process out on the market, whether we have that in-house or to a local vendor. We can take care of your needs. But like I was saying earlier, the easiest thing to say is that we don't replicate rubber. Everything else is pretty fair game. food grade materials, all kinds of different things.